What do you think when you see a bald woman? When I shaved my head, everyone asked if I was sick or had lost a bet, but no one guessed the real reason. What do you think it was? I'll let you know if you're right in just a moment, but I feel like I need to give you a little background and context first. I'm Penelope Jane Smith, and in this video, I'll share the real reason I shaved my head, how I ended up on a billionaire's private island in the first place, and most importantly, what you can take away from my experience to help you reach your financial goals more quickly. And if you'll do me a favor and tap the like button for the YouTube algorithm, I'll even show you a picture of what I look like bald. How's that for a deal? It takes less than a second to tap the like button. It took me several years to grow my hair back out, so I think you're getting a bargain here. This all started with me getting into real estate investing in my mid-20s. I took $10,000 of my own money and turned it into over $6 million in real estate over the next 4 years. So I was on track to retire by the time I was 31. Then the real estate market crashed and everything changed for me overnight when I couldn't make my mortgage payments. My credit was ruined. I lost my beautiful home to foreclosure, and I was eventually forced to declare bankruptcy. I actually did another video on the biggest mistakes I made that led to me losing $6 million in real estate, what I learned, and what I would do differently if I knew then what I know now. It's super helpful, so if you want to check it out, the link to that video is in the description of this one. So there I was with no money, no hope, and a lot of anxiety. I remember hearing a story of Japanese businessmen flinging themselves off buildings when the market crashed and feeling like I finally understood why they'd do that. Because all I could think was that if I died, then maybe my life insurance company would pay back all the people I had borrowed money from. I felt like a total failure, and I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I had to do something. Then I got invited to a seminar hosted by a guy named Marshall Silver, and I decided to go because I didn't know what else to do at that point, and I hoped that this would give me some inspiration and motivation to keep going. At that seminar, Marshall made an offer for his $50,000 high-level mastermind on Necker Island, which is Sir Richard Branson's private island in the Caribbean. And I immediately thought there was no way I could go because I was in a state of complete financial crisis. Then he shared the dates of the event, and it started on my birthday. And when I heard that, I felt this strong intuitive hit that I was supposed to be there. This made no sense. I had no credit since my credit was trashed and less than $1,000 to my name, but I couldn't shake this feeling that I was supposed to be there. It would have been so easy for me to say, I can't afford it. But instead, I asked a question that changed the course of my life forever. I asked, how can I afford it? I had 4 days to come up with the money. No refunds, no payment plans. I couldn't put it on a credit card or do a 0% balance transfer because my credit was a train wreck. I couldn't borrow money from friends or family for basically the same reason. Like, who in their right mind would lend me money? I didn't have any savings or other investments to pull from since I had used everything scrambling to try to keep my real estate empire afloat. So I told my inner critic to take a coffee break and decided to write down at least 10 ways that I might be able to manifest the money to go, no matter how crazy. I started by doing some basic math. Could I sell something for $50,000? Could I sell 50,000 things for $1? Could I sell 5 things for $10,000? Could I sell 10 things for $5,000? Then I thought maybe someone would be willing to partner with me or sponsor me in exchange for a percentage of my company's revenues or profits. The mastermind came with a few bonuses, so I thought about selling the bonuses. I thought about what other personal property or lazy assets I had that I might be able to sell, and I kept going like that until I ended up with more than 10 ideas. Then I reviewed the list to see which of those ideas seemed the least crazy and the most likely to work, and I focused on pursuing those. Some of the things I tried didn't work, but A combination of 4 of those ideas did work and got me to the $50,000 that I needed in 4 days. And I will always be so grateful because that was the beginning of the whole next chapter of my life. Marshall had announced publicly that he wanted to win a Nobel Prize for single-handedly turning the economy around. That really inspired me. So I started asking myself, what could I do to turn the economy around? So one night on the island, the rest of the group was in the main house having a casino night. And I felt called to go to the crow's nest at the highest point of the island and sit with this question. What could I do to turn the economy around? And there, on this billionaire's private island, I got an answer. I got the download. Want to know what I came up with? Here it is. I noticed that every person has their own personal economy that may or may not have anything to do with the economy at large. I was in the middle of losing everything, while other people on Necker Island were having their best year in business ever. So I figured that if I could support enough individual entrepreneurs in creating their own economy of abundance, eventually we'd hit a tipping point and the economy at large would shift. So instead of feeling sorry for myself, I decided to focus my energy on supporting other entrepreneurs with their money stuff, because that's something I'm really great at. I created a transformational live event, which has evolved into what is now Financial Freedom 101, link in the description. And I started making microloans to women business owners in Asia, Africa, and South America so that I would have a positive global impact right away. So now, life is pretty awesome. I've been able to cash flow my dream wedding, travel the world, take an extra long maternity leave, and now I'm able to make 7 figures in my passion business, working only 25 to 30 hours a week, so I also have plenty of time to be with my family. We own our own home in Silicon Valley, free and clear, and in 2021, we bought our gorgeous dream home in Benicia with panoramic views of the water. I have abundant support for my life, so other people handle all the housework, errands, and food prep, as well as take care of my kids some of the time, so I can do stuff like record this video for you today. So I'm super passionate about supporting other entrepreneurs to avoid some of the terrible and painful mistakes that I've made. And if you've faced challenges like I have, to support you in recovering, rebuilding, and rising like a phoenix from the ashes. In fact, at this point, thousands of people from all over the world have attended my Financial Freedom 101 online 3-day event. And for many of them, it's been a financial turning point in their lives. I'll post the link in the description if you want to check that out, or you can go to financialfreedom101online.com. This could be your financial turning point too. So, why did I shave my head? I decided to shave my head while I was there on Necker Island as a ritual to let go of the past and rebirth myself into the next chapter of my life. What better place than on a billionaire's private island? And just as the last lock of my hair fell away, it started raining, which felt to me like a baptism from the universe. Shaving my head felt amazing. The sensation of that warm Caribbean breeze on my bare scalp was like, oh, delicious. Then I took my hair down to the beach and I threw it in the ocean to represent letting go of the trauma from losing everything in the real estate crash. I'll always be deeply grateful for that opportunity because, like I said, it was the beginning of turning everything around. I got the tools, connections, and divine downloads that I needed to birth the next level of my work into the world. And in the years since, I've gone on to make millions of dollars doing what I love while supporting other entrepreneurs to create generational wealth and financial freedom. I'd love to know what my story sparks in you, so please leave a comment on this video. I hope you're taking away inspiration to go for your own financial goals and dreams. And instead of saying, I can't do something, asking, how can I? Focusing on how you can support and create value for other people and continuing to keep moving forward in the face of challenges. And now, as promised, I'm going to share my very favorite picture of me with a completely shaved head. Just make sure you've kept up your part of the deal by tapping the like button on this video if you haven't already done that, because that helps me out tremendously with the channel. Okay, here it is. This is a photo of Marshall and I on our last night on the island. I think I look pretty good with a shaved head. I like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you'd like to see more videos from me around personal finance, money management, saving, investing, and financial freedom, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the little bell icon so you'll see when I make a new video. And if you want to see my video on how I lost $6 million in real estate and what you can learn from my mistakes, click here and I'll see you on the other side.